Hello. So this is the part 2 of the budget. So yesterday we had left till Ashadeep scheme. So today we will start from the this scheme only. So first we have to know what is this Ashadeep scheme. So this is mainly to encourage the uh, private people hiring the people from the community of SC and ST. So basically you can say basically like this is an incentive for the private companies to basically hire the people from SC ST so that they become some educationally and economically forward. So who is implementing this? This is being implemented by Karnataka State Welfare Association and Social Security. And what do they do basically here? Actually, there is ESI and PF contribution, na, so which is generally done by the company. So the government of Karnataka helps by in this by providing some money to company. So it is generally like it is giving up to 7,000 rupees. Means 7,000 rupees will be given by the government of Karnataka to the company if they hire the people from the SC/ST community in ESI and PF. So it is applicable for both the contractual workers and also for the apprentice trainee. So if they are for the contractual workers, it will be for 1 year. And no, if it is for contractual, it will be for 2 years, and for the apprentice, it will be for 1 year. So the maximum amount is 7,000 rupees. Then we have GTCC multi-skill centers. So what we have to know here is new one has been established in Koppal, and what we have to know is the expansion of this. This is basically government tool room and training center. Government tool room and training center. So the sponsor of this is mainly the government of Denmark, which was established in 1972. Then we also have KGTIIT. So this stands for basically Karnataka German Technical Training Institutes. So from the name only it is clear this is mainly sponsored by German government. Then let's move to next one. Next we have Cafe Sanjeevani. So what are these Cafe Sanjeevani? So basically these are mainly rural canteens where the people can get affordable food. Mainly like the women and the self-help groups, they will be encouraged to set up these Cafe Sanjeevanis and or also or some other shops like Coffee Kisoks where like the local food means the local affordable food which is generally available in that locality na, that will be provided at lower cost, and these will be called as Cafe Sanjeevani. Like it is very very similar to the concept of Indira Canteen that we see, na, similar to that. And then we have another scheme for SCST community, that is Nanna Gurutu scheme. So what is this Gurutu? Gurutu means identity, something that is dealing with identity, identity cards and all. So all those government documents that are with the SC/ST community, they will be digitalized. Digitalized in the sense in their account only. That is in DigiLocker app and all. So that basically if they lose the original document also, they will have an scanned copy or an digital copy in this DigiLocker app. Specifically, this is meant for the region of Kalyana Karnataka region for SC/ST community, and the scheme is called as Nanna Gurutu scheme. Then we will move to rural development. So here we have Pragati Pata scheme. So what is this Pragati Pata scheme? Basically, it is development of rural roads. So how much rural roads will be developed? Around 9,450 kilometers to be much precise, but it is difficult to remember. Na? So remember something like 9,000 kilometer rural roads will be constructed under Pragati Pata. If they have mentioned it as a Kalyan Pata. Kalyan means Kalyan Karnataka region. Na? So if it is in the region of Kalyana Karnataka, so the road size will be now 1,150. You can remember it like 1,000 kilometer road. Then we have other news is around 16 crore pension days is a target of the government of Karnataka this year under MG Narega for the year 24-25. How many MG Narega day percentage? 16 crore. Then the monthly incentives for the freed bonded laborers has been mentioned as rupees 2,000. Then we have Bapuji Seva Kendra. We know that what are these? Basically, these are service centers where we can get our Aadhaar and all other services, especially in the rural areas. So this is basically by the RDPR department. So RDPR department is giving this Bapuji Seva Kendras. Actually, it was launched in the year 2016 as as offline centers. Means in Gram Panchayat only they used to set up these Bapuji Seva Kendras and all. And from the year 2020, this has gone online, and all the services that are available in the Seva Sindhu are also available here. Then we have Arivu Kendras. Arivu Kendras are basically Gram Panchayat libraries. Then we have the development of the Kalyana Karnataka Regional Development Board. So Kalyana Karnataka Regional, when was this actually formed? This was formed in the year 2013. Its headquarters, I think it is in Kalburgi. I'm unsure, but I think it is in Kalburgi only, or else Chitradurga. Let's see. We will think of that later. And when it was renamed because actually earlier it was called as HK Hyderabad Karnataka, and now it will be called as Kalyana Karnataka, na? So it got renamed in the year 2019, which but it was established in the year 2013. So it has mainly the development issues related to 7 districts. They will be taken care of that one. Then we have, this is an important report which we should remember, Dr. Nanjundappa report. So this mainly studied the socio-economic status of the different talukas. Here one thing is important. They have studied it at the taluka level. Means taluka has been treated as the fulcrum of the development as per this report. So based on, they studied all the talukas and they have released a report. What was the name of the report? It was called as Comprehensive Composite Development Index, that is CCDI report, and it measured the backwardness, and it found that around 35 talukas are backward, 40 are more backward, and around 39 are most backward. So this we have to remember. And when was this report actually formed? It was formed in the year 2001. I think in the year 2002 it was submitted. Then we have urban development. So some of the initiatives in the budget that are related to urban development we'll discuss now. First one is Brand Bangalore. So in Brand Bangalore, what they will do, they have multiple things that are they are doing in this Brand Bangalore. First is build a 250-meter tall sky deck. Like you might have seen in the Singapore, in Colombo, the sky deck is there, na? From where we will get the good view of the city. They are building that. It is around costing around 350 crore rupees. So that is building a sky deck. Then they are also extending the metro 244 kilometer to connect Tumkur and Devanhalli, means till airport. So they want to actually reduce the people coming and staying in the Bangalore, because if we have a metro from Tumkur also, so people will not come to Bangalore only, so they can stay in Tumkur also. So they want to extend from Tumkur and Devanhalli, mainly because their airport is there and airport is far from Bangalore city, so they want to have connection there also, and it is also part of Brand Bangalore. Then night business can be extended till 1 a.m. Means like this is part of basically to promote the IT services and all. So it is for them. So they will try to push the business hours till night 1 a.m. Then we also have a scheme that is Mahatma Gandhi Nagar Vikasa Yojana 2.0, that is basically for 10 city corporations. Then we have Amrut 2.0. We know that what is this? Amrut is mainly related to drinking water and sanitation facilities. So then we have local planning authority. No, this is not that important. Okay, now let's move to the energy sector. So what is the thing we have to remember in energy sector are the two most important scheme. Actually, one scheme is important in energy sector, that is Gruha Jyoti Yojana. That 200 units they are giving now. So that one. So this Gruha Jyoti Yojana actually was launched on 5th August from Kalburgi by the Chief Minister, and it basically aims to give around 200 units of free electricity, and around 1.65 crore people are registered under it. So is it for both commercial and non-commercial? It is only for households, not commercial. And what was the allocation? Actually, they might give allocation of last year also, this year also. So just look at these two numbers. So one is around 13,000 crore. It was allocated last year, and in this year budget, around 9,000 crore is allocated. When we are seeing this, let us look at the Shakti Yojana also. So this was launched on 11th June from Bangalore by Chief Minister, and this fund last year it was 4,000 crore, and this year it is 2,800 crore, and it is applicable for all four state-owned buses, and it is applicable for the women of Karnataka. That is, they should be the domicile of Karnataka, and gender minorities means the third gender is also allowed, and they will get it 0 rupee ticket. Smart card will be available at the Seva Sindhu, and it is not applicable for the special buses and the interstate buses. Now let us look at the infrastructure news that was given in the budget. So I think only two things are important here. First is the Keni. So Keni is a new deep sea all-weather port that will be established in the Uttar Karnataka region. Then after that, this news is very important. That is water metro services. So water metro services will be established in Mangaluru. On which river? On Netravati river. Specifically where? In Gurupura. Then we move to, okay, this is also I think a part of industry only. So first important thing here is Kheer city. So what is this Kheer? Expansion is very important. Knowledge, healthcare, innovation, research city. So this is Kheer city. Basically they want to establish this in Bangalore. So what is this is mainly because Bangalore is an IT hub, so they want also to push towards Bangalore being the innovation hub also. So they want to have R&D aspects to be much more growing here. So any R&D activity related to knowledge, healthcare, and innovation will be in this Kheer city only. So I think around 40,000 crore is allocated for this scheme, and they are expecting around 80,000 jobs to be generated by this scheme. That is Kheer. Then what is the important thing? Huh. New textile policy. So here the timeline is very important. So this is from 2024 to 29, and investment of around 10,000 crore is done, basically because large number of people in Karnataka are basically employed in the textile policy only, in the textile sector only. So around 10,000 crore is allocated, and we have to know these new textile parks have been established. So the mega textile park is in Kalburgi, jeans apparel is in Ballari, Khadi activities will be in Nanjangud Taluk, especially the village called as Bandavallu village, which is in Mysore. Then we have Rajiv Gandhi entrepreneurship program basically for the startups. Then we have 5 acres of land for agriculture innovation park at C Camp Bangalore, Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms. Then they are also planning to establish a science city in Bangalore only. Then now we have AVGC XR policy 3.2. So expansion is very important because we saw in case they had asked this question. So let us read it again, it might repeat. So animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, and extended reality. This time period actually is not 2023, it is from 2024 to plus 5 add. So it will be till 2029. So this is for EVGC XR policy. Then what they have did for the Kannada and culture in this budget, they have actually developed the Basavana Bagewadi Development Authority. Basavana Baghi Development Authority, which is the birthplace of Basavanna, and they have established some study centers and have named them on, say, for Akka Mahadevi, which is in Vijapur, and Kalburgi University is basically some study centers are named in the some Sufi saints, and they have established also a memorial for of the former Chief Minister S. Bangarappa. Youth employment and sports. So they have said that they are going to give 2% reservation for the sports category, and they are also planning to establish a sports city in Bangalore. I think in Bangalore also some sports city is being established, and Palace Olympics. Karnataka government has announced prize amount as it has been concluded. We did not get any awards from Karnataka, but still, let's see if they ask the question. So remember, like for Olympics, it is 6 crore, 4 crore, 3 crore for gold, silver, and bronze. And for the Asian Games and the Commonwealth, it is 35 lakh, 25 lakh, and 15 lakh for gold, silver, and bronze. See the how much the parity is between these two games. Then tourism policy, we have to know the years 2024 to 2029, and they want to develop some Anjanadri Hill, which is located in Koppala district, and Vachana Mantapa will be established in Kalburgi, and Kares. Yeah, This question was asked actually in the KS exam. We have to read it again. They might ask it again. So Karez, it is in like it is basically an underwater supply system which is found in Bidar and Vijapur districts. Basically, this is the mainly contribution of Bhamini kingdoms are there. Na? Those kingdoms had developed this mainly because the sun is very scorching hot in those areas. Na? So if they make any construction on the surface level, it will get easily evaporated. So they planned this and they established the underground water system called as Karez. Then we have some new interpretation system at Bandipur, Dandeli, and Kabini. Then let's read forest ecology and environment. So, man and animal conflict task force has been established in Bandipur. Then ecotourism and conservation program at Honnikere Reserve in Bidar and Bhu Suraksha Yojana. This is mainly to digitalize the land records. Then we have okay, religious endowments news which are related to the government of Karnataka. So government of Karnataka is giving money to establish the residential complex in Varanasi and bridge cum barrage and Chikkamanchanalli of Raichur. So basically this provides connectivity to Mantralaya which is in Andhra Pradesh. Then we have some news related to e-governance. So e-governance like we have first thing is related to Karnataka Public Procurement Platform 2.0. So what is this? This is basically e-NAM of government of Karnataka. So earlier like some around 50 lakh was the procurement limit. So now it has been increased to more than 1 crore. So if any procurement of more than 1 crore has to be done, this has to be done via this portal only. So basically this is to reduce the corruption. Then we have Vidyavardi. So what is this? This is basically a database for the higher education. Means whatever all grades you are getting, you'll get an ID. Like say for example, you are filling in form. We have to fill each and every data in the form which are applying for the KS exam. Na? This time I got this mark. This time I got this mark. So to avoid that, in future those people will get only ID only, so they will just enter the ID and all the records will be stored in this only. So the database will automatically take itself, so it will reduce the drudgery work. Then we have Sakala. This is also, I think we know, Karnataka Guarantee Services Act of 2011, which mainly guarantees to provide the citizen services in their doorstep, and that too on the right time. Also, they say like around 20 rupee fine is there per day. Don't know it works or not. Then they are also planning to have an software that is called as Kannada Kasturi. So this will be for the machine translation software. Means you recently saw na our Karnataka government's KS exam which we wrote. They cancelled it mainly because of some translation errors. If they would have used this Kannada Kasturi, it would have worked much better. Okay, no issue. We'll finish it. We'll crack it now also. Then we have Home and Law. Means Home Ministry has also got some of the money from the budget. So they want to establish high security prison in Shimoga district. Fire assess will be at 1% on the property tax. Then turf hockey ground will be established in Bangalore. Then what is other things are important? I think Karnataka prohibition violence against, okay. They have also proposed this one to propose to enact the Karnataka prohibition of violence against advocates bill. I think they have not heard the news of Delhi, I guess. Okay. Now we will see the things related to this only, means the things that are related to budget only, but that got missed from the document which we have read. So first thing is about the state economy. So around 74% of the money spent by Karnataka is from its own state revenue. This information is important because this is better than all the states average. Means 74% of the expenditure that the government of Karnataka did in its budget is from its own tax revenue. Means the borrowing was very less. The overall states, if you look at the all India average, it is around 57%. Means only 57% of the money was from their own earned money. Rest was from borrowing or to some other means. So in this case, Karnataka government is doing good. So 74% of the money that it spent in this year budget was from its own taxes. And from 2018 to 2024, there are trends which we have to observe. First is the capital receipts. So what are these capital receipts? Basically the amount that we get, that or we are using mainly for the creation of physical assets, or there is no liability formation. So these are capital hits, so they are increasing only from 3 to 3.5%. If this is not, you are unable to remember, leave it. Just remember that capital receipts are increasing and capital expenditure is also increasing. Then we have to also know the Karnataka tax to GDP ratio. What is it? The tax to Karnataka, GSDP of Karnataka is 7.12%. So basically, what is this tax to GDP? It is basically like our tax. I think GSDP of Karnataka is around 28 lakh. So of this 28 lakh, only 7% is earned from the taxation. Means it basically show how big is the tax basis. Means how many people are paying the tax. For example, if there are around 100 rupees earning from Karnataka and around 10 rupee is the tax, is a tax to GSTP. So means only 10% of people, or the 10% of the money is given by the people, and for the all India average it is 11%. So we are much bad in terms of implementation of the taxation policy. So we have to increase our tax base. Then we have share of central taxes, have means allocation that the central government gives to our Karnataka. No? So that has declined. That is has declined from 2.5% to 1.45%. Then there is a trend of growth of revenue receipts also, and there is overall receipts increasing also, because generally every year they will get more money now, because tax based general will be increasing, there will be rarely chance it will be declining. So the overall receipts will always be increasing, and they also put some new taxes now, so it will be always increasing. Then some other trends that we have to observe here is, so from the expenditure, how much percentage is given for what category? For developmental purposes, around 11%. For social service, around 16%. For economic service, it is 7%. If they asked you to arrange, so the maximum expenditure will be for social sector, followed by developmental sector, followed by economic sector. We will see this in much clarity in the next slide, where we will be coming. Okay, then this is very important. Actually, what here we have to know is, so what is the allocation and what is the increasing order, means maximum to lower side. So first the maximum allocation, like think logically. So where the government is directly giving 2000 rupees to some around 2 crore women, that will be highest. Na? So maximum will be for Gruha Lakshmi, that is around 17,500 crore. After that, the most expensive thing is food, so it will be definitely Annabhagya scheme, so it is around 10,265 crore. After that, like power sector, Gruha Jyoti, that also consumes lots of money, because 200 units is free. Earlier they were subsidizing some amount, but now they are giving off only directly, so this has to be also high. Gruha Jyoti is around 9,000 crore rupees, followed by Shakti Yojana. Shakti Yojana is actually most criticized, because people think that like the bus charge will be hardly 15-20 rupees. Na? It is not that much actually. People see it directly through it, through their eyes, na? So they feel that some big loss is happening, but no, actually the big loss is in the Gruha Lakshmi scheme and in the Gruha Jyoti scheme, but not in the Shakti. So how much amount of allocated? Around 2,800 crore is allocated in the Shakti Yojana. And then followed by us youth Yuva Nidhi, only 2,250 crore. See, they are giving us very less. And what does this total form? It forms around 52,000 crore rupee. So this is around 13% of the state budget. Then this arranged, I explained it logically also how this is coming. So Graha Lakshmi, Annabhagya, Graha Jyoti, Shakti, Yuvanidhi. Then we have public expenditure ratio. So what is this public expenditure ratio? So this is the total budgetary expenditure divided by the GSDP. Means, to understand what was the size of the budget divided with the total GSDP of the state. Means, what was the size of the budget? I think it was 3 lakh 70 something thousand. So if we divide 3 lakh 70,000 something divided by GSDP of the state, what was our GSDP of the state? Around 28 lakh crore rupees. So what the ratio we will get now? So that is the public expenditure ratio. So it is around 17%. Then we have social allocation ratio. What is the social allocation ratio? Social allocation ratio is basically out of this, which we had here na, total budgetary expenditure, from this total budgetary expenditure, how much amount will be sent for, how much will be amount will be spent for on the social sectors. So social sector service expenditure divided by the total budgetary expenditure, so this is around 44%, means that is good actually. Government is spending 44 percentage of the amount on the social sectors in its budget. Then we have social priority ratio. What is the social in, we also know that there are some sectors in the social sector that needs some higher priority, like education, health and rural development. So from the total allocation to the service sector, how much money is spent on these priority areas, so that forms social priority sector. So it is basically human priority human priority area expenditure divided by social sector expenditure. So in elementary education, health, RDPR, nutrition, how much amount is spent in the overall social sector expenditure, that is this. So if we multiply all these three ratios, that is public expenditure, social allocation and social priority ratio, what the ratio we will get is, that is a human expenditure ratio, and this is around 3%. So maximum here is 44%, first, second, third, fourth. So remember this order also. Then, in the Nanjandappa committee report, what we saw was, I think the main fulcrum of development was the talukas. But we also have Niti Ayogi also doing similar work na, to identify which are the most backward districts and all. So if they asked what is the fulcrum of development in case of Niti Ayog, it will be district, because Niti Ayog cannot look into taluka level na. So it has to take the least unit as per the national level, that will be district. So the district as a fulcrum of development will be used by the Niti Aayog in its all its report. Then we should also be knowing of the Karnataka export of agricultural and processed products. So what is the rank of Karnataka? Karnataka ranks sixth. Basically, it exports around 22,000 crore export. This is excluding the marine. And first is Gujarat, that is 65,000 crores. Then Karnataka produces around 45% of the mulberry. Then I think these institution and their location are important, because they might ask in the fill in the blanks, or sorry, in the match the following. So fishery center is in Honnavar in Manki, and a modern fishery market is in Bhadravati. I don't know why they have made it Bhadravati. It's in Shumoga. They should have made it in some coastal state. Then we have aqua parks. Introduction of new aqua parks is in Murdeshwar Bhatkal. See, this also makes sense. And new inland fishery skill development center is in Almaty Vijapur. Yeah, this makes sense, because in Almaty Vijapur there are certain tanks uh, where I think some fisheries related activities and the institutions are there, so they have created skill development in those institutions. So this also makes sense actually. So only thing that you have to apply your brain is a modern fish market, which is in Bhadravati. You have to remember this one. Other are very obvious: fishery research center, Monkey Honnavar, Aquaparks, Murdeshwar Bhatkal, and Inland Fisheries Skill Development Center in Almaty, Vijapur. Then you should also be aware of the Bhima and Kagina River to Bennetora Reservoir, which is on the bank of the Kalburgi city. And Marusinchana program, I think we know this for class 6 7th, it is tuition. Then we have Maitri. This is a pension scheme for transgenders who are from the age of 40 to 64, and of around 1200 rupees is given for them. Then we have Skill Academy has been established in Sandur. It is for both the industry and service sector also. In exam, they might ask it is only for the service sector or only for the industrial sector, but no, it is for the both the sectors. Then 16 crore percentage we have seen this. Then bonded labor for 2000 rupees, we know this also. Then what is the Karnataka's production capacity in terms of power? It is 31 gigawatt currently, and in the next 7 years they are targeting to doubling it. That is 60 gigawatt. Then we have infrastructure development department has been set up under the chief minister. Infrastructure, because it needs the head of the CM only, because to establish an infrastructure, it can be anything. Infrastructure can be a social infrastructure also, it can be a road also, it can be a school also. So when multiple departments are there, it will be under CM only. Then we have these locations are also important: Mega Textile Park, Kalburgi; New Textile Park in Kittur, Mysore; and Jeans Park, Ballari; Khadi activities in Nanjangud. Then we have Honnikere is also in news because it is in Bidar and it is famous for a black buck sanctuary. And it also has a Vilaspur lake in it. Then we saw this Vidya Vriddhi scheme, that is database for higher education. Fire access will be 1% for new constructing and this is important. This has been new award which will be given by the Karnataka government, especially for the journalism. That is Vaddarase Raghuram Shetty Award. That is for given for the journalist. And this Vaddarase Raghuram Shetty, he had started his newspaper. This name was Mungaru for social. You can remember like Mungaru or something like that. This was started by Raghuram Shetty. Then we will also look at other things which I have marked. Okay, Saint Kanakadasa Study Center will be established in Bengaluru. Then okay, these some food parks are also important, which are new one. So Green Food Park is in Bagalkot. Innova Agri Bio Park is in Malur, Kalburgi. Then Akshay Food Park, Hiriyur. Then soya processing from in Bidar, Maize Tech Park in Rane, Bennur, Rice Tech Park in Koppal. Then 10th Karnataka Bird Festival was held in Bagalkot and its mascot was Great Flamingo. This is very probability it will come. The probability of this coming again is high. Then we have in Raichur is also called as Land of Dasa Sahitya. Then Pushpak, this is a new, I think reusable landing vehicle of ISRO and all. And some things we have to know that are in Bangalore. All the new things that have been developed are the first is in Bangalore. We have the city. It is a city that has the highest digital transaction. Even if we drink tea, also we are doing it with the phone pay and all. So of course it will go high. Then BIMSTEC New Energy Center has been established in Bangalore. Then it is also a part of World Cities of Cultural Forum, which was newly introduced. Then in Mysore, what are the new things that are there or the things that we have to know? First is a Braille printing press is in Mysore. Then we have International Food Convention called as Trim Safe was held here last year. And Punyakoti Government's Goshala was first time established in Mysore only. Then we have Bankapur Wolf Sanctuary, first in Karnataka in Koppal. Then Belgaum celebrated 200th Rani Channama victory of Kittur Declaration. Then we have country's first integrated machine toll industry in Tumkuru. So if the word is integrated toll, think of Tumkuru because I think here we have boothless toll is also word is there. So it will be going for between Doddaballapur and Hoskote Road. Then we have okay, South India's largest multimodal logistic park is in Uvalapur in Bangalore. It is quite obvious the largest will be in Bangalore only because it is like an intersection between the north and the south and east and west. We can think it, na. Then Karnataka has the first elephant wellness center in Kolar, that is Kajikalahalli. Then Karnataka's first vehicle scrapping center is in Devanahalli, Bangalore. Karnataka's first waste to energy plant is in Bidadi. Then Vannajeevi Vijnana Prayogalaya is also in Bangalore. This yeah, Boothless Toll, Doddaballapur to Hoskote Road. India's first beachside startup fest is Emerge 2024 and it was held in Mangalore, especially on the Tanneer Bavi beach. Then India's first marine yojana was also started from Udupi port. Karnataka's first environment university is in Sirsi, Uttar Kannada. High-tech traffic park is in Hubli, Dharwad. Karnataka's first night safari is in Kamalpur of Vijayanagar, and it is also called as Atal Bihari Vajpayee Zoological Park. India's first horticulture cluster is in Koppal. Okay, I think we have missed one news that I will look and try to cover that was related to, I think, where it is. Yes. This I had actually missed. Yeah, we should also be knowing about Kanakadasaru this year. So, what was his pen name? It was Kagineleya Adikeshava. And what are his important works? Nalacharitra, Haribhaktasara, Ramadana Charita, and Mohatarangini and Nrisamastava. He was originally a warrior because this one has also been asked what was the profession of the Kanakadasaru before he turned into poet. He was a warrior. Then we have Kanakanakindi of Udupi is also dedicated to him, and Kanaka Jayanti is celebrated in the month of November. So Kanakanakindi is in Udupi. So this is also important because he was not allowed in the temple. So as a result, the Lord Krishna, because of his love towards Lord Krishna, the Lord himself turned and the window broke from there, and from there he could get the darshan of the Udupi Krishna Mandir. So that is importance of the Kanakadasaru. So I think this is the news that is related to budget. So from tomorrow we'll be doing economic survey. Thank you.